everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zsalondi and this is week 17 of my workout accountability video, slash video diary. And the title of this particular video is "There is nothing wrong with you, but there's something wrong with your thoughts." And the reason so first off, let's get into the workout. So I did work out 2 out of 5 days. So I totally did not hit my goal this week. But as I've said in previous videos, there is just going to be 1 week out of the month where I just know I'm not going to do my best. And that's okay. We're moving on from that. But I did work out those 2 days and I feel great that I did that. I feel good that I moved around and I took Benji, on his daily walk, so I did get a little bit of walking in. It's better than nothing, right? Yes. So that week a little tired, low energy, but the plus is we worked out. We didn't do the best that we could, but we went and worked out, so that's good. And so yeah, I want to talk about the goals that you are setting. I want you to know that there's nothing wrong with you, and I just want to explain to you why. So if you're setting goals and you're having a hard time reaching those goals, staying consistent, holding yourself accountable, honestly, it doesn't benefit you, but I guess it's not abnormal, considering, the world that we live in, and just things are not perfect, period. You just have to accept that fact. But do not accept yourself how you are. Because why? Because a lot of us have grown up with either family, friends, classmates, once you get older, co-workers, babysitters, all kinds of people that have commented about some aspect of our personalities or something that we did, etc. Sometimes we will accept the things that they say about us as truth, and then other times we will reject it. So those times when someone said something about you or something you did and you accepted it, usually you accepted it because there was some truth in it that you can see, or you've been told this particular thing so many times that you internalized it as truth, and now this truth that you have accepted, that you have internalized, is ruining your life. It has you stuck in a cycle, and now you are an adult and you're probably trying to take accountability for yourself, and you want to take accountability in regards to where you are in your life, and maybe you're having trouble sticking to your plan or your goals. And unfortunately, when we internalize the things that people say about us and we accept it as truth, we're essentially really rejecting ourselves, and we start to think that we're not capable of changing. We are stuck being who we are. We try to implement these changes, and maybe we stick to it for a week, a couple weeks, a month, 2 months, maybe even 3 months, and then we fail, or we don't see the fruits of our labor and we stop. And I just want to tell you that it is hard. It is hard to change, especially when you have been basically running on autopilot. So the first thing you have to realize is that it's normal. It's not going to be easy to override yourself, like the patterns that you have picked up. And it becomes even harder when, for example, you're on Instagram, or maybe you're watching a YouTuber, or you're on Twitter, or whatever you're doing, whatever, and you're seeing people doing the things that you want to do. They have the material things that you want to have. They're living this great life. And, maybe for some of it is real. Maybe some of it is true. And it's not like, fake accounts, fake people, or it's not they're not people just, highlighting, which is really what we do. We post our highlights of our life. But one, we don't know the story behind these posts, these pictures. We don't know if these people are in debt, to post these things. And so comparing yourself to other people makes it a little bit harder to change, because you don't see the journey. And you've probably heard this, you've probably heard someone talk about this before, but you don't know what that person had to do to get there. And you start to think there's something wrong with you because it's taking you longer to reach your goals, and it's just, you're not hitting the goals you want to hit at the time that you want to hit them, and so you give up. But giving up, you're sure to fail. And we're comfortable with failing, unfortunately, because it's something that we choose to do. We have control over failing. Failure, it's not really even predictable. It's just a sure thing. If you give up, it's done. It's over, But when you are grinding for months and months, and, sometimes maybe you're seeing progress or maybe you're not, but you keep going, that takes a lot of courage, because maybe success is not guaranteed, but what's a sure thing is that you will be better off than you were yesterday. And I think that's something that we all can do. That's something that we're all capable of doing. You don't really want to aim for perfection, because none of us are going to be perfect. Never, ever. Even when you're successful, we're still going to be battling with, wanting more than we have, being super ambitious. As human beings, that's just who we are. We always going to want to level up in some way. And so, we're never going to be perfect. There's just no end in sight for what any individual can do. Like, we grow older, we change, and we start to want different things. But like I said, what's a guarantee is if you give up, you failed. Point blank, period. But if you keep going and you don't give up, you may be successful, or maybe you won't hit that goal, but you definitely won't be where you were yesterday. And, along that journey, maybe you'll find that thing that you're passionate about, or that thing that, gives you some satisfaction in life, just because you didn't give up. And so I just want to remind you guys, there's nothing wrong with you. Do not compare yourself to other people. You have to overcome you. You have to overcome old patterns. And from experience, as I'm, working out, and I'm doing my best, because I'm not perfect, I'm doing my best to hold myself accountable. I am learning what it takes to be successful, and what it takes to be successful is to keep going, to not give up. And it takes a lot of courage. It takes discipline. You have to be determined. Some days you're going to want to give up. That's a given. You're going to want to give up because things are not happening when you want it to happen. But just keep going. Don't stop, and don't be hard on yourself, and love yourself. Learn to love yourself, whatever it is that you need to do to get to that place. Do it. Honestly, there's no greater love. There's no more perfect love. Well, you can't get more perfect than perfect, but there's no perfect love than the love of God, So once you get to that place and you understand how God sees you, really the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. Okay, I promise you that. And when you know that God loves you and the plans that He has for you, it becomes a little bit easier to override those old thoughts about yourself. It may take some time. It's gonna take some time, and it's not gonna be easy. But you'll have a stronger foundation, to overcome these things. Okay, and yeah, we're at 10 minutes, so I'm gonna let you guys go, but there's nothing wrong with you. Just don't give up, okay? Don't give up. Giving up, you're sure to fail. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. I did a lot better for week 18, so I'm very happy about that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I love you so much. Take care. Bye.